this is Tara Long with Wide Awakened Healing. I am here to help you awaken your inner healer so that you can create the health and life that you most desire and deserve. And I want you to know how powerful you are to do that. And today's episode is also about empowerment. First off, I just want to apologize for my background here. I'm actually still in my villa in Bali, Indonesia. I was meant to be leaving on a plane today to go back home to Hawaii, but it didn't happen because a volcano in a neighboring island of Lombok erupted, and it has closed the airport yesterday, today, tomorrow. So I have a flight tentatively scheduled out in a couple of days. I'm just hoping that happens. Otherwise, I'll be here for a while. But there are worse places to be stuck, I suppose, than Bali. And I am just enjoying the moments and being so grateful for this extra time here before I go home. So with that said, of course, that is one example of the total unknown when you're traveling, right? I mean, who would have thought that a volcano erupted? So, I can't make it home. I mean, that's pretty incredible. But I'm just, you can either go with the flow or you can get upset. So I'm just doing my best to enjoy and relax and actually do some work. So today I want to talk about what I call invisible illnesses. And if you suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, many autoimmune disorders, IBS, Crohn's, even depression, anxiety, you have migraine headaches, things like this, you don't necessarily look sick. Most of the time, I know when I was suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, if I would tell people that I had that or, whatever, they would tell me, well, you look great. You don't look sick at all. And that's, that's great. That's wonderful. But it can also lead people, doctors, and even loved ones, family and friends, to not really be able to understand that you don't feel well. And I know when I was suffering with chronic fatigue syndrome, when I first got sick and I started having symptoms, I would go to the doctor. They couldn't figure anything out. And the worst thing in the world was how they looked at me. It was like, you're making this up. It's all in your head. They sent me to a psychiatrist because they thought, oh, maybe it is all in her head. And even today, I mean, things like chronic fatigue syndrome and fibro and, it's not always recognized, and a lot of healthcare professionals don't know what to do. There's nothing they can do about it. So I think it makes them feel really helpless, and so they kind of don't really acknowledge it as a real illness. And I want you to know that if you feel that way, if you go to the doctor or you're with your family or friends and you're feeling like you're not being validated for how you're feeling, for that you're not feeling well, and that you just sort of feel so frustrated, you just want someone to understand what you're going through, that you are not alone. And I have been there, and thousands, if not more, have been exactly where you are. So, and I know how frustrating it can be, and sometimes I read a lot of blogs and Facebook groups with chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and people are so often saying that they're just so frustrated and they don't know what to do. Their doctor doesn't have anything for them, or they send them from doctor to doctor and they all just kind of look at them like they're crazy. And it's really frustrating. And I know when I felt that way, for me, I think it was because not only as a human, I wanted compassion. I wanted someone to feel what I was feeling, or to at least understand that I was not feeling well. I also was afraid that if they thought I was well or healthy, they would expect me to behave normally, or they would expect a lot from me, right? And that was scary because I didn't think I had it in me to do that much or to give that much. And part of that is the reason I think subconsciously why I held on to chronic fatigue syndrome for as long as I did, because I didn't feel like I had a voice and like I could really pursue my dreams and my passion. And that's a whole nother topic. But I want to talk about what you can do when you're feeling this frustration and you're feeling invisible. Instead of just being frustrated and not knowing what to do, I want to give you 3 things that you can do to empower yourself again, and know that you actually do have the power to not only heal yourself, but to not be miserable and to feel peace inside, and to feel okay, and to feel good, and to feel like you are worthy, of the attention from others. The first thing I want you to do is that love and attention and validation and compassion you want from others, I want you to give it to yourself. And this is, I know I say this all the time, it's self-love. It's back to self-love. I want you to take care of and love yourself so, so, so much. You can just talk to yourself and say, hug yourself and say, Tara, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well today. What do you need? Listen to your body, listen to your spirit, and do what you need to do, whether it's to take it easy, watch a funny movie, call your best friend. The feeling, the validation that you want from others, go ahead and give it to yourself. It's okay to do that. And this isn't a pity party. That's not what I mean. But empower yourself to say, I can make myself feel validated. I can make myself feel okay just as I am in this moment. The second thing I want you to do is to seek out support if you don't already have it. Seek out support from people who are going through what you're going through. So whether it's a Facebook group, a meetup group, seek out other people who either have the same, health challenge or some chronic issue going on, and talk to them and share with them, everything, your struggles, your celebrations, all of it. The one thing I would ask that you not do, of course, is to fall into the blaming, the drama, the complaining, right? Because when people get together and they're miserable and everybody's complaining, it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve your highest good. It doesn't lift you up, and it's certainly not a space for healing to happen, right? It doesn't mean you can't vent and feel support, like, oh gosh, today I'm just not feeling that well, this and this and this is going on. But don't wallow in it. Don't stay there. Just get it out of the way, say it, and then be done. And then let's talk about, well, what can we do to shift this right now? What can we do? And other people can help lift you up. So choose people who can support you in an inspiring way. And if you want even more inspiration, you can join my Facebook group, Wide Awakened Healers. I'll put the link on the bottom of the blog here. And that is a place where I am there. We are all supporting each other who have chronic illnesses. And it's not a place at all for blaming or shaming, anything like that. So that's another thing you can do. The third thing that you can do is I want you to make a list of who you would be without the health challenge that you're experiencing. Who would you be? What would you do? How would you spend your day? For example, for me, back in the day when I wasn't well, I would have said, I am a healthy, happy young woman who spends time with her friends whenever she wants, who sometimes stays up late, exercises frequently, that I would say pursues her dreams, whatever they were, in that moment 10 years ago. That's what write down who you would be right now without the health challenge, and that just starts to get your wheels turning, right? And send so many messages to your body and your subconscious that you are that person already underneath the health challenge that you're experiencing, because all it is a message your body is giving you, and it's your job to listen to the message and take action on how to shift your thoughts and your emotions and your spirit so that your body can heal itself. Okay, so number one, love yourself. Give yourself the validation. Number two, join or find some people to support you. My Facebook group, I'll give you the link below. Number three, make a list. Who would you be without the health challenge? Right now, make that list. Minimum 10 things. Okay, I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'm going to be doing a live free webinar in a couple of weeks. I'll put all the information below. And I'm going to be talking about my recovery from chronic fatigue syndrome and how you can also recover from chronic fatigue syndrome naturally without drugs. I did it. I can teach you how to do it. Please join me for my live free webinar on how to heal gracefully from a chronic illness, even if you don't believe that it's possible. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Aloha from